friends, it's Cassandra with Mobile Om Yoga, and I'm so happy to bring you this weekly dose of mindfulness and movement from the San Pedro Creek Culture Park. I'm here on the boardwalk on the creek, just as we are every Monday at 6 p.m., bringing you this free practice sponsored by the San Antonio River Authority. So thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm so happy to have you here. We're going to start our practice down on our mats, lying down. So go ahead and unroll your mat and let's begin. As I mentioned, we're going to begin this practice lying down on our backs with the legs extended long and the palms open up towards the ceiling or the sky above. Go ahead and close your eyes and just begin to tune in to your own breath. Just taking a moment to slow down from whatever has been going on today. And just tune in to the person lying down on your mats. Take a big, full, deep breath in through the nose. And exhale to empty it out. We'll do one more breath. Really big, full, deep inhale. Maybe a sound of a sigh as you open up the mouth. And now go ahead and open up the eyes. Begin to extend the arms up over your head. We're going to take a full body stretch here as you begin to wake up the sensations, wake up your awareness from the feet through the fingertips. Taking one more inhale to stretch it out long. As you exhale, allow the heels to settle down, the hands to settle down behind you. And then you're going to walk your feet over to the right side, keeping your hips glued down to the mats. And then you'll kind of lift and walk your shoulders towards that same side, shoulders and arms. We call this banana asana. So it kind of looks like you're in that crescent banana shape. And then perhaps you stay just like this, or you can lift your left heel and cross it over your right ankle. It'll deepen the stretch along the outside of the left leg. And maybe you intensify in the arms by taking the right hand towards your left wrist and just gently tugging it over. Take a few long, deep breaths to really stretch out and wake up from that left wrist to the left ankle, that whole left side body. One more breath in and breath out. Go ahead and uncross your legs, unclasp your hands if you've taken those binds, and just begin to re-center yourself on the mat. Find an inhale to stretch really long once again, heels and fingertips in opposite directions. As you exhale and come down to the mat, begin to walk over to the opposite side. Heels to the left, hips stay glued. Lift and walk your head and shoulders to the left. Maybe you deepen by lifting the right ankle, crossing over the left, and grasping onto that right wrist to find a deeper stretch through the right armpit. And again, waking up from right wrist to right ankle, that full right side body opening up. Inhale and exhale. If you've taken either of the binds, go ahead and uncross the ankles and release the wrists and begin to come back into center for one more of those full long stretches from fingers to toes. This time on your exhale, begin to draw your knees in towards your chest, knees to chest, and rock from side to side. And maybe as you're settling in the low back, you almost walk the low back down your mat. Imagine you're getting a little more length in the spine. And then with the knees hugged into center, take an inhale and open up the arms out. As you exhale, you're going to drop your knees all the way over to the left side. Take an inhale here and an exhale to soften a little deeper. And then inhale, using your obliques on that right side, lift your knees up through center. And as you exhale, you're letting them drop over towards the right, all the way towards the ground. An inhale breath here, and exhale it out. And we're just gonna move a couple more times like that. Inhaling the knees up through center, exhaling them over to the left side, taking an extra breath here, in and out. And then inhaling the knees through center, exhaling them over to the right, letting them settle down. Deep breath in and out. And one more time, inhale through center, knees drop over to the left. Take a deep breath in and let it out. Inhale, draw the knees up through center, and exhale them over to the right. Full breath in and empty breath out. On your next inhale, go ahead and draw your knees back up and in towards center. And as you exhale, draw the feet down towards the floor. Go ahead and kind of press through the feet, lift your lower back, curl the tailbone under, and resettle the back down. So you've got a nice long spine. Draw the right knee towards your chest, open up the ankle, and cross it over your left knee, making a little figure 4 here. And then you're going to begin to thread the needle here as you draw that left knee in. Take your right hand behind the right knee and either grasp behind the left thigh, just like this, or you can come all the way to the front of the left knee or shin. Relax the shoulders back down and gently draw that ankle or that left knee in to whatever intensity of sensation you want to work with today. So you're feeling it open up in the outside of that right hip. Noticing if the shoulders roll up, if you have any tension in the face or the jaw. One more breath in and out here. And then you'll release your left foot. Unwind, bring the right foot to the earth, and then switch sides. Take your left ankle to cross over the right knee. You're going to begin to draw that right knee in, threading the needle, left hand behind the left knee to the back of that right thigh, or maybe to the front of the right shin. Re-ground your shoulders to the mat. Activate your left foot. Actively draw your ankle in to find the sensation that you want to work with here. And discovering long, deep breaths. Try to keep the rest of your body relaxed. Shoulders down, face calm. One more breath in. And an exhale breath. You'll release that left knee or the right knee all the way back, foot to floor, and then unwind your left foot. One last time, bring your knees into your chest. This time open up the knees and find a happy baby as you clasp onto the feet or maybe onto your inner thighs. And just one more time to bring awareness to the low back. Rock back and forth and imagine you're kind of lengthening out that low back. And settling into a neutral, happy baby. Roll the shoulders to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Curl the tailbone down. And then bring the feet together, knees together, and begin to rock and roll front to back. All the way up, all the way back. All the way up, all the way back. And we're just going to rock all the way up into a seat and then find a comfortable cross-legged seated position on your mat. Sitting up nice and tall. We're going to inhale, reach the fingertips long towards the sky. Taking it to the right side, reaching up and over, side body stretch. Inhale through center. Exhale it over to the other side. Just move from side to side here. Inhaling through center, exhaling over, finding that openness in the left side, and then switching over, openness in the right side. One more time, each direction, falling towards the right, reaching up and over with the left arm. And last time, reaching up and over. On an inhale, come to center, all 10 fingers to the sky. On an exhale, bring your fingertips behind you. Puff up the chest. Begin to bring the feet onto the floor. So continuing to lift through the heart, plant the palms, and maybe you ground into the feet as well to lift your hips into an altar pose or reverse tabletop. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, settle the hips back down and then cross your legs in the opposite direction, opposite shin in front. This time you're going to inhale 10 fingers to the sky. And as you exhale, you're just going to bring your hands right in front of you, just so you can kind of create a little diagonal spine. Left hand's going to come to center. You're going to inhale, open that right arm. And as you exhale, you're going to reach it underneath the left, thread the needle. And we're just moving with the breath here. So inhale, reach up and open. And exhale, thread it under. Inhale, up and open. Exhale, thread it under. One more time. Inhale, up and open. And then exhale, thread it under and pause. Go ahead and bring the back of the right hand onto the floor and start leaning down as deep as you want towards that right shoulder to intensify the stretch. Left hand can stay where it is, or you can extend it a little bit longer out towards the front of your mat. One more deep breath in and out. Bring that left hand back in if you walked it out. On an inhale, you're just going to reach back into that open-hearted position, right fingertips to the sky. And then on your exhale, settle the right hand down right where the left hand is. We'll switch sides. Inhale the left arm up and open. And exhale, thread it under. Inhale, reach left arm up and open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, reach that left arm up and open. Exhale, thread it under. Last time, inhale, reach that left arm up and open. Exhale, thread it under, and this is where you'll pause, grounding the back of the left arm, leaning your weight a little farther forward, maybe walking the right arm out to the front of your mat. Deep breath in and breath out. Beginning to reground the right hand onto the earth, lifting up into that open heart, left arm to the sky. And then on your exhale, go ahead and come back to neutral. Sitting all the way back up. Hands come behind you, feet to the mat. One more time into that altar or reverse tabletop. Lifting up, belly to the sky. And then exhale, settling your hips. And we'll reverse this tabletop to come to an actual tabletop, bringing your wrists right underneath your shoulders and those knees to stack underneath your hips. On an inhale, allow the belly to drop into an arch, lift the gaze. And an exhale to tuck it in. We'll do 2 more of these traditional cat-cows. So inhale to allow the belly to drop, gaze lift. Exhale to tuck and round. Inhale, allow the belly to drop, gaze to lift. And then exhale to round. Inhale into neutral spine. As you exhale, you're going to bring your right shoulder and your right hip together, really engaging as you kind of puff out the left ribs. And then inhale to center, and then exhale to the opposite side. So kind of a lateral movement in the spine. 2 more times. Inhale to neutral, exhale. You're squeezing in that right side. Inhale to neutral, exhale, squeeze in the left side. One more time to neutral, each side. Right side will squeeze. Inhale to center, exhale, left side squeeze. Inhale to center. Drop the belly. One more cow pose, followed by a cat. Into a neutral spine. Take your toes back towards the back of the mat, keeping the knees under the hips. Extend your fingertips long to find a peppy pose or a heart-melting pose. Allowing your hands to stay grounded. those shoulders to soften away from your ears. Activate through the knees and shins and tops of feet. And a gentle engagement in your belly as you inhale, draw the belly towards the spine. As you exhale, melt your heart down and back towards that space between the earth and your knees. One more inhale breath. Exhaling it out. On an inhale, begin to lift yourself back and then walk your hands back and sit your hips onto your heels. You're going to bring the hands back behind you, similar to that reverse tabletop. Inhale, puff the chest, maybe staying here, or maybe you just lift the hips off the heels to get a little bit deeper. And as you exhale, go ahead and settle your hips back down towards your heels. Begin to extend your arms back forward into tabletop. And then tuck your toes. Lift your knees up and back, downward facing dog. Bending one knee, allowing the opposite heel to get long. And then switching sides. Just taking one more moment to wake up your legs, walking out however it feels good for you here. And then go ahead and settle both heels towards the mat. A nice generous bend in your knees. Pushing that heart softly back towards that space where the feet and the ground meet. Take another breath in here. Empty out. Look forward at your hands and just begin to slowly tiptoe all the way to the top of your mat. Feet grounded, a little bit wider than your hips. And an inhale, halfway lift. On an exhale, you'll bow forward. Left hand's going to find the center of your mat. Left knee's going to bend. Right hand finds the right hip. You'll begin to straighten your right knee, keeping that left knee bent as you open up towards that right side. Right elbow towards the sky. Or maybe you extend the right arm, fingertips up towards the sky. And then find the length from that right heel through right fingertip, stretching it up. And then as you exhale, rebend the right knee, and let's bring the right hand back towards the ground. Halfway lift, inhale, hands to shins or to thighs. Really focusing on getting long through the spine, so that as you exhale, you keep that length. Right hand to the mat, left hand to your hip. And begin to inhale and unwind, straightening your left knee, opening the left elbow to the sky. The deeper you bend into the right knee, the more you'll be able to open up that elbow or maybe even the hands towards the sky or ceiling. One more inhale, reaching up. And then rebend your left knee. Settle the left hand back towards the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, your choice. You can grab opposite elbows in front of your legs. Or maybe behind the knees as a little bit of a bind here. Shake your head, yes. Shake your head, no. Taking one more breath in. And empty out. Release your fingertips to the earth. Inhale, halfway lift, hand to shins or thighs. Exhale to bow it down. Inhale, stretching fingertips all the way up towards the sky. Reach high. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart center. Go ahead and hook your thumbs here, just like kind of like wings of a bird. This is called our Garuda mudra. It's a mudra that's represented by the mythical Garuda bird that learns how to soar above any problems that we may be having in our lives. Just remembering to keep that bird's eye perspective, holding this in front of the hands. You're going to inhale, bring it towards the body, and we're going to unwind and kind of create the same shape over your head, hooking your thumbs. So you're going to hook your thumbs, reaching nice and open, shoulders down the back. As you exhale, you're going to lean over towards the right side, pressing your hips to the left. Inhale to center, and then exhale opposite way, hips to the right. Inhale to center. As you exhale, go ahead and find that Garuda once more, but this time in front of the heart. Inhale, lift the heart into the hands. As you exhale, see how far you can let your body fall back, keeping the hips forward. Inhale, reach up, and then exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, palms meet the earth. Take a step back with your left foot, sink low, drop your left knee, unwind. Inhale, we'll rise into half crescent lunge. You can always use that front knee for supports, or you can bring your hands perhaps crossed over the chest, or you can hook the thumbs above your head, finding that Garuda Mudra to enliven and lengthen yourself from knee all the way up to fingertips. One more breath in. Wherever you are, exhale and bring yourself out into cactus arms. And then hands come to surround that right foot. Tuck your left toes and begin to lift your left knee. Scissor those hips. You can always bring that left knee back down. We're going to challenge into this twist though, leaving it lifted, right hand to thigh or the sky. Pulling back away from that inner right thigh, really big open chest, inhale. As you exhale, go ahead and bring that right hand to meet the mat. And you're just going to start to straighten in that right knee, kind of like a floating pyramid here. Straighten in that right knee, send the right hip back and the heart long. Take another inhale and exhale. Then you're going to bend back into the right foot. Step into that right foot. Bring the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Shifting into the left foot, take your right foot all the way to the back of your mat, lowering the right knee and lifting into your half crescent. Hands to thighs, hands to the heart, or perhaps hooking your thumbs over your head. Lifting up and out of that lower body, finding a nice long spine, open heart here. Another inhale. As you exhale, we're going to find cactus arms for one inhale. As you exhale, bring your hands to frame your left foot. Tuck your right toes and lift the right knee. Leaning into the right hand, left hand to thigh or to the sky. Begin to lift up and open, finding the open-hearted chest, open-hearted twist, pulling the chest away from that inner left thigh. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, left hand settles to the outside of your left foot. Just as much as you can, you straighten that left knee, staying on the ball of that right heel. Take an inhale and exhale. On your next inhale, begin to look forward, bending back into your left knee. Step right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. This time we're going to sit the hips down, finding your chair pose. Sitting nice and low. And then bringing your hands at your heart center. Let's inhale, open up like you're opening into those Garuda wings, like really big wings here as cactus arms. Sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, start to open up towards the right. Try to keep your hips centered. Exhale to center. Inhale, open up towards the left. Exhale to center. Straighten the legs. Inhale, hook the thumbs. Exhale, bring the hands across the heart. Take an inhale, lift up, and maybe fall back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold. Fingertips come to the ground. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step your left toes back and pause. This time just staying in a high lunge, leaving that back knee lifted. We're going to inhale, begin to bring your hands up. They can come to the hips this time for stability. They can come over the heart, or you can hook the thumbs up above the head. Activate from that back heel, and from that pull, that engagement of your hands pulling apart, soften the shoulders. Take an inhale, reach. And as you exhale, we're bringing the hands around that right foot. And one more open-hearted twist. Inhale the right arm up towards the sky. Exhale, straightening the right knee, that floating pyramid. Inhale, look forward, bend into the right knee, step the left foot to meet the right. Halfway lift, inhale. And bow forward, exhale. Shifting into the left foot, right foot steps back. Stay on the ball of the right foot, right knee lifted. Inhale, lift up. Hands can come to hips. Find your stability. Coming over the heart. Or coming all the way up towards the sky, finding length. Shoulders coming down. Activate the back knee. Really stay active to stay grounded, to stay stable. Take another inhale, reach. As you exhale, go ahead and come down towards the ground. Right hand stays where it is. Inhale, open-hearted twist, left arm reaching up high to the sky. And then bring your left hand down, straighten that left knee, take an inhale. And then bend back into it, exhale, right foot meets the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose out into those winged arms. And then exhale, go ahead and bring your hands to your heart center. Take an inhale for length. You can have your knees hip distance or your knees are together if the feet are together. You're gonna inhale and lift your left elbow up towards the sky. Try to keep your left hip sinking back. And you're kind of drawing a rainbow across the sky, bringing that left elbow all the way around to the outside of your right knee. And then you're going to plant the hands together, press into the palms to wring out the torso. That left knee is going to want to peek out in front of the right, so draw it back. Maybe you sink your hips a little deeper to try to get the hips under the heart. You can make a fist with that right hand to help deepen the twist. Or you can even open the arms, really flying wide in those wings. Take an inhale. And then with your exhale, take it down, forward fold. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, hand to the mat, step into the right foot, left foot finds the back of the mat. Rising into crescent lunge. Hands come into the heart or up to the sky. Take an inhale, and then on your exhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Once again, you're going to start to lean towards that right side. I'll come to face. You're leaning towards the right side, creating length from left elbow to that left hip, and then drawing that line across the front to really hook that left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Palm can press into palm, right fist can come into palm. You can leave that back knee lifted, or if you're super tippy here, drop the left knee to the earth. Whatever allows you to wring out a little bit deeper in your spine. Take one more inhale here. And then with your exhale, hands come to the mat. Stepping into your right foot, bring the left foot to meet the right. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to fold. Sit the hips low, finding your chair pose out in those Garuda arms. Inhale. Exhale, palms come to heart center. This time you're inhaling that right elbow really high, finding that length in the right side body, drawing that rainbow across the sky. Bring your elbow to the outside of your left knee, left thigh, and then get long through the crown, pressing palm to palm, wringing into a twist. You can use a fist here. That left hand, you can open up the arms. Peek down to make sure that right knee is not peeking out too much in front. Draw it back. Take another inhale. Wring out. Inhale. And with your exhale, take it down, forward fold. Halfway lift. Exhale, stepping into your left foot, right foot steps back, crescent lunge, rise. Inhale, reaching high. Your hands can stay at your heart. And then let's all bring the hands to the heart. You'll inhale that right elbow high, like you're leaning to the left side, drawing that line across the front to hook your elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Palm to palm, left fist to right palm, back knee can drop. Again, wherever it allows you to get deeper in the twist without feeling too unstable. Take another inhale and take an exhale to wring out. And then down to the floor. Bring that right foot forward to meet your left. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. All right, inhale. Let's come all the way up to standing. Reaching nice and tall and high here. And on your exhale, bring your hands down and clasp onto your hips. So we're going to find a figure 4. So it helps to bring a little bit of a bend in your standing knee as you cross that right ankle across your left knee. Kind of like we were when we were in our thread the needle on our backs. So again, hands can start on the hips, kind of find your stability, your drishti points. Hands come into your heart center as a grounding point, or maybe You're going to embrace the mythical Garuda bird. You can find that mudra across your heart. All right, choosing to stay here. Next step is to begin to fold forward. As you fold and hinge in the hips, you'll bend a little bit deeper in your standing knee. So completely optional. So that the balance is a great place to stay. If you're coming with me on this journey, the hands can come down to the earth, and then you can slowly release into forward fold. Once you have your hands stable on the ground, maybe you start grounding into your standing leg and trying to straighten that hip a little deeper. Take a deep breath in and breath out. All right, we're going to journey back into the balance. Try to take your time. Be mindful in your transition if you folded forward, and rise all the way up. Begin to lift that right knee up towards your chest, and then set it down and shake it out. All right, great work. Now we're going to do that work on the opposite side. Right foot will be your stable base, your foundation here. You're bringing that left ankle across, taking a little bit of a bend in your standing knee. And then the hands can be in traditional Anjali Mudra, or if you like, that Garuda Mudra to help open the heart. Think of yourself light as a feather. Starting to fold forward. As you hinge in the hips, you bend in that right knee. And again, it's all optional. So we're not really here to try to see how much we can do, but how much we can pay attention to wherever we are. Fingertips come to the earth. If you come there, maybe you come into the full fold. Let your head melt down. If you're working on straightening that standing knee, big breath in and out. Slowly, mindfully begin to unravel back up. And then take your left foot to meet your right and shake it out. All right, inhale, let's reach all the way up to the sky. Exhale, take it down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. On an exhale, fold down and begin to bend your knees as well. We're gonna find a little toe stand. I love this. I call this magic carpet rides when my carpet comes up. You're going to find a toe stand. So you lift your heels, you come to a little bit of a squat here. And then we're going to try to maybe balance just for the heck of it. Why not? See if your hands can come off the mat. You can balance on your toes. And then reach your hands forward. And we're going to see if we can mindfully come down onto the bottom. All right. Bring the soles of your feet together. Knees wide. Seated cat-cow. Inhale. Lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. One more each. Flexion, inhale to arch. And exhale to round. Then inhale to arch and pause. Keeping that heart nice and long. Take it into a forward fold. Hands coming out in front of you. And just allowing the weight of the head to get heavy here. Big, full, deep breaths. Your next inhale, begin to bring yourself back all the way up, finding a seat. Collapsing the knees in together just like a book. And then we'll slowly come back to how we began our practice, lying down on the back. All the way down. Go ahead with the feet on the ground. Bring your right knee up and over to cross over your left. And you're just going to cross or draw your knees in. And you can grab that upper knee or shin. If you're able, maybe you grab your feet or ankles. Just drawing this in for this reclining shoelace. Release your hands, unwind your legs, and just take the soles of the feet to the sky. Maybe roll your ankles and point and flex your toes. And then you're going to bring that right foot to the ground, crossing your left thigh over and then drawing it in on the other side, either grabbing that top knee or maybe grabbing on to opposite feet. Once again, as you release this time, take the feet back up, straight to the sky, waterfall pose, rolling out the feet, point and flex the toes. And then allow your knees to come towards the chest and into that happy baby where you can grasp onto the feet or the inner thighs. And maybe you kick out one heel for a little kung fu baby, or maybe the opposite heel, just finding one last moment to bring some awareness into your physical body. Maybe you kick both heels out as wide as you can. And then go ahead and bring the soles of your feet together, either grasping the outer edges of your feet or maybe your ankles, letting the knees just fall away from you. And keeping your feet together, release your ankles and just allow the feet to come down to a Supta Baddha Konasana pose. Left hand can come onto the chest, right hand to the low belly. Begin to find a 3-point breath here. You're inhaling. The first part of that inhale fills below the palm. The second part, the space between your palms. The third part of the inhale, the upper chest. And then one continuous exhale from upper chest through the middle to the bottom. So like a wave. Inhale into the belly, low ribs, chest. Exhale from the chest, low ribs, belly. Inhale, belly, low ribs, chest. Exhale from the chest, low ribs, belly. Continue these waves a few more rounds on your own. Trying to just relax and allow gravity to deepen the sensation of opening in the inner hips, the inner thighs. Last breath here, and that wave from the low belly to middle ribs to upper chest, from the chest, ribs to belly, exhale, and then release your hands. With the hands, guide your knees back to touch. Drawing that right knee in. The left heel can extend long onto your mat. We're taking another variation of our spinal twist, just with a single knee. You'll take that right knee over to your left side. Right arm can reach out. The left hand, I like to keep it on my right knee as a guide. If you want to go deeper here, there is a variation you can take by bending that extended leg, taking it with your free hand and reopening. This is called cat pulling its tail pose. It's pretty challenging, but it adds a stretch in the front of that left hip flexor and quad if you need a little bit more in that space. You took the bind, release your left foot, draw the right knee towards the center, hips back to center on your mat. Draw the left knee to meet your right. Extend your right leg down. Take an inhale here. And then guide your left knee across to the right side onto the ground. Left arm reaches in the opposite direction. Again, continue using yourself as your own assist. If you want to deepen it, you can bend your right knee, grab onto that right foot with your left hand for your cat pulling its tail pose. Long, full, deep breaths here. And go ahead and let go if you took the bind. Bring your left knee to the center of your chest, the hips back to the center of your mat. Draw that right knee up to meet your left. Draw your nose up to meet your knees. Squeeze into a little ball. Give yourself a really big hug here. And then release and find a sweet surrender, a space that you can completely relax into gravity. Just breathe. In and out. Watch the breath. Notice any distractions that come about. I'm here on location, so don't always have control, especially when people are mowing grass around me. So if that particular distraction causes an annoyance, just try to watch your reaction. And this space is where we can work with those imperfections, those distractions, not as obstacles, but as opportunities to find our own peace amongst the chaos, to create our own island of solace, even when the world doesn't slow down to meet us. This is why we take this time to meet ourselves. So if it's not a lawnmower, or perhaps a nagging dog or a child, it's the moments that we're at our desk and we're struck with an uncomfortable phone call, or we get an unpredictable email, right? We all have been faced with some unfortunate news, these moments of uncertainty. We keep coming back so that we can realize that the choice to make peace lives within us, amongst the chaos, amongst the distraction. So take these last few moments as best you can to really discover that space of surrender within. Gently begin to bring your awareness back from the head space, from the breath space, and into your physical body. So really begin to wake up and feel fingers to toes. Take a full body stretch. Draw your knees in and roll to the side or front to back, however you wish to make your way up to seated. And finding your way upright, head over heart, heart over hips. And finding that Garuda Mudra. And I'd like for you to take it with the palms facing up, just in a nice little soft position where the shoulders can relax. And it's right around kind of your low belly. And take just a moment to breathe here, to recognize and honor yourself for showing up in this practice and doing this deep work of listening, of getting present. And just like this mythical bird, or any bird in general, we have a sense of structure, right? A bird has bones, but their bones are hollow so that they can fly. And for me, the inspiration is that we need to have structure and stability in who we are. But that space between, the opportunity to take breath, the opportunity to fill ourselves up with intentional space where we can move forward and make choices to be less reactive during distractions, and to allow ourselves to perhaps take ourselves a little more lightly. Let's take one more breath in and out here. And either keeping your palms as they are and bringing them to the chest, or maybe just bringing the hands into a traditional Anjali Mudra. We'll take one more breath in here, a big sigh out. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I honor you for taking this time for yourself and being an inspiration to those in our virtual community to show up and to do this deep work. Palms together, thumbs to your third eye, acknowledging that deep core center of peace and ease and wisdom that lives within yourself and in one another. The light in me recognizes the light in you. Namaste.